All right, welcome to this week's Help Desk with Joe. We're having a fantastic week here. Lots of snow. Kids are out of school, and we're busy doing internet shows.
The kids are loving it, the parents, and not so
Yeah,
much.
I know. So a couple days of snow days, and everybody's like, "This is all right," and then it's like, "Oh my goodness, bring school back." But yeah, we're out here today. Good snowy day, so we took time to do a internet show, and this week, bringing in some stuff that I'm sure everybody will love.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure this is a hot topic. You probably get beat to death with it, so without any more suspense, lay it on us. What are we talking about this week?
When you buy an Android phone, you've converted from iPhone to Android. What do you do with your iTunes music?
Yep. My wife's dealing with this. We have iPods.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm not very savvy either way.
Right.
But she has her iPod. She has her iTunes account. I don't ever mess with it, but she's running the same problem.
Right.
Switching over and then having music that we didn't have, blah, blah, blah. So you go through that whole deal. So you're right. I think it's a fantastic topic. You're going to try to talk about transferring iTunes over to your Android.
Right.
So whether it be your phone or your iPod or whatever, it's all the same.
Right.
All right. Great topic. I think on the money. Another good one. Was this my idea?
No, this is actually what I ran into when I transferred my phone over.
That's fine. I was trying to steal a little bit of credit.
No, not giving it to you, Dave.
All right. So the common problems, you make the switch like you did, and we talked a couple of shows ago about using the options when your contract runs out, what to look for, going to a different type of phone,
Right.
Different plan, and so forth. You're living it.
Right.
Still enjoying it?
Loving it so far.
All right, lots of good options. Okay, good. So the first step, downloading your library.
Right.
Because you need to get your iTunes from somewhere to somewhere, your library.
Right.
Let's talk about that.
Okay. So first, make sure you have iTunes installed on your computer, which if you have an iPhone, you probably already have that.
Yep.
So you'll need to actually log into the iTunes store, and we've actually got a screenshot I captured. Once you log into your iTunes account through the store, right there where I have it circled, it actually says purchased. So you click that, and it'll pull up everything you've ever purchased. It'll categorize it, your music, your videos, your apps, stuff like that.
Yep.
Okay. So once you click purchase and go to music, it has your entire music library.
Right.
So then you just tell it to download, and it starts downloading all the songs you've ever purchased.
Now, when you say download, where's it downloaded to? That computer that you open it up on?
Yes.
So you need to be prepared and open it up. Don't go to the library, for instance, and open it up there. Open it up at your home computer.
Or take if you're on a certain kind of internet, like satellite or whatever, it has a data limit, take it someplace that has an open access point.
Yep. So you're saying sneak it to work where high speed is and plug it in?
Well, or go to like McDonald's, use an open.
Right.
But make sure it's secure, the typical stuff we always talk about.
Right. Protect yourself.
Right.
Okay, so you're going to download that library to the computer from, i.e. high-speed internet. What happens then?
Well, you download it, and it's saved to your local hard drive, every song that you've purchased.
Right.
So you go from there, and then you download the Google Music Manager.
Okay, and that's Android's version of iTunes.
Right.
Okay, so now you've got your iTunes,
Mm-hmm.
Google Music Manager.
Right.
What happens?
Okay, so you take your Google Music Manager, and you point it to your music folder. By default, the software will point it to the music folder, but if you've got it in a separate folder and not the default location, you can go in there and pick the folder where it's stored at.
Direct it towards that
Right.
root folder that you downloaded to.
Right. And then once you log in to your your Google account, it'll automatically start uploading your music.
Nice.
And Google allows up to 20,000 songs, no charge.
Really?
Yes.
That's quite a few songs. I don't know. What's the average, you think? How many songs people normally have on their iTunes? 20,000 seems like quite a bit.
In my library, I had a couple hundred.
Right. I can't imagine we have more than that. So 20,000 is huge.
Right.
And if you have more than 20,000, for instance, you just buy more space?
I'm sure there is.
An option for that?
Right.
Still, 20,000. I don't even know if there is that many songs out there.
There's a couple thousand.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe if you're a Led Zeppelin fan or Skynyrd Skynyrd and you get the 4 CD set, yeah.
Right.
Realistically, though, yeah, 20,000 is a big number. Okay, so once you upload it, now it's in your Google Music library, and you can access it in the same way you would iTunes?
Right, yeah, it's in your Google Music Cloud player, so you can actually upload it there and then stream it from your phone.
So the Google Music Manager works the same way as iTunes. It's on the cloud, and
right.
You can access it coming and going through your phone or
tablet or whatever Android device you're running.
All right. So as long as you have internet access, you can pull your music back.
Right, as long as you have that Android device associated with that email account that you have set up.
Now, just to make it tricky and complicated.
Okay.
And I have limited knowledge of this. My wife does it all and sets up my little iPod, so I have my music.
Okay.
The good stuff.
Okay.
Some classic rock, Kind of crazy, I know, but if you need to get more music on your Google Music Manager, I'm reading it off the board to make sure I get it right.
Mm-hmm.
How do you add music to that? Do you have to go back to iTunes and buy your song and then circle it back around again, or is there a way to get music straight to your Google Music Manager?
Actually, the Android store, they offer music as well, so you can buy music from the Android store. Amazon has the capability. You can buy music from their store, or you can go back through your iTunes and do it that way.
And just download it again and upload it right
Because the
back.
nice thing with the Google Music Manager, any new song that like if you buy a song off of Amazon and download it,
Right.
it constantly monitors whatever folder you tell it to. So if there's a new song comes in, it automatically transfers it over.
Just drops it right in and you're good to go.
Right.
So really, this is a competing program to iTunes.
Right.
But you can buy your music from several different places.
Right. And it helps you that you don't have to kind of double dip. Had to buy
Right,
your song
yeah,
once,
right.
had to buy it again. You can
Right.
just keep what you've already purchased.
That's awesome. Now, how have you bought any music through like Amazon or the Android
Yes.
Music Manager?
Yeah,
is
actually-
it comparable? Is it all?
Yeah, I mean, an MP3 is an MP3, so no
So
matter
it
where
doesn't
you
matter.
get it from. Amazon, they have their own app, so you can download, purchase music from there. You can listen through their cloud player, download it through their app, so you don't have to shuffle the music as
Right.
much. And then, or you can just do it from the Android side as well.
Okay. I guess what I was getting at was, iTunes was the big thing.
Mhm.
iTunes, you go buy your songs, you got them.
Right.
This is equal to that then.
Yeah.
So there's really no need to stay with your iTunes account unless you specifically have an iPhone.
Right. If you don't use your iPhone as an iPod, you can
Right.
still have that capability.
All right. Yeah, hey, I'm digging it. So
you're-
that changes the game. I mean, it really does.
Right. You're not restricted to sitting in one pool now. You can spread
Yep.
out if you want.
Yep, because iTunes kind of had, that was the big thing. You
Right.
had music and it was on your account, it was online, and you could use it.
Right.
It's competition.
Right.
Competition in the air, Joe.
There you go.
The market is opening up.
That's right.
It's craziness. It's amazing how much technology has moved.
Mhm.
And music's a popular thing. It's the biggest industry in the world is entertainment.
Right.
People often don't think in those terms, but music is a big industry.
Oh yeah.
And so is movies and so forth. So to have a competition with the number one player, iTunes,
Mm-hmm.
is going to be some. I guess it's not going to be. It is exciting
Right.
stuff.
And thanks to Google and all these companies, the competitors
Yep.
are making like Apple and iTunes release their fist a little bit because before you'd buy a song or whatever, and if you lost that, you might be able to call tech support, and if they's in a good mood and you're really nice to them, they might open that
Might
back,
work with you.
let you re-download it. But since these competitors come in and say, once you purchase it, you own it, they've released it. Okay, we'll fall in line with the rest of
Right,
them. So it's
right.
actually a good thing for the customer
Yep.
side.
Now it's opened it up, and customers are getting treated a little better.
Right.
Nice. Where do you think this will go? Do you think song prices will get cheaper now that there's more competition, or is there any competing for that, or is it still pretty much a blanket on the cost?
There's a lot of competition.
Really?
I mean, Android, the Google Play Store and iTunes both, they're always having, here's a free song, here's a demo album. There's a lot of competition of here we're pre-releasing this album before
Right.
it hits the stores or hits the competitors. So I mean, there's a lot of competition.
So now that market's opened up, it's starting to get competitive. So
Yeah.
that's better for the consumer.
Exactly.
Yeah, prices will come down and it'll be more open. Awesome. Well, that's great. Is there any drawbacks you see to this? Any cons, so to speak? I know you normally do a pro and a con.
Right.
A lot of pros you just stacked up. Is there any cons you've ran into?
Not really. I mean, I really don't see any cons other than just the time that it takes to transfer your music.
Right. And that's only if you're wanting to transfer your iTunes, but as
Right.
far as getting music now, are all of them pretty easy to use? Is there any that you particularly like or said, man, this is the cat's pajamas?
They're all pretty much the same. I mean,
Pretty
downloading
standard.
songs. I mean, they're pretty much the same. I mean, you might have to click on the right side and it's one up instead of the left. I mean, but the basic operation's all the same.
Right. Now, you told me earlier you downloaded your Beyonce song and, it worked out great for
Exactly, worked
No
perfectly.
you. Nah, I'm joking. I couldn't help but throw that in there.
I know.
Yeah. Your favorite artist, I'm sure.
Well, I was going to download that Elton John's Greatest
Cena
Hits that you
likes it.
recommended, but I just couldn't do it.
That's dirty when you throw it back.
That's right.
All right. So yeah, if all right, well let's moving on now. Now you're playing dirty. We're moving on. So the average person comes up to you as usual, myself, lost, Says, Joe, I got my iTunes stuff, and I've switched to Android. What do I do? How do they get a hold of you?
You can give us a call at our offices at 304-927-3588 or visit our website at amdigitaltechnologies.com.
I'm a little slower. I'd have said, I can't get my Elton John to come over and help me. No. And what I like on Facebook. Friend you on Facebook,
like
you get
us
those
on
daily
Facebook.
specials. I see that you had the whoosh come back up.
Yep.
And always a popular item.
Oh, very popular.
And stuff works good. I know that, it's hard. You gave me a bottle that I could use to try out.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I'm I like it. It's free.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a bonus for me, but really it works good. So
Yeah, they actually won a major award at the CES, the Consumer Electronics Show, a couple weeks ago. So
I don't doubt it. It's good product. So for any information like that, go back and watch our previous shows. We're also, Joe's and Cena behind the scenes is cutting these over to podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
Now, well, speaking of that, what's going to happen with podcasts? Is that easier to get, or you still have to go through iTunes? Is there a podcast that's going to be Google Podcasts, I guess? Or?
actually, a lot of the podcast apps on Android searches the iTunes library.
Anyway,
Yep.
so it's open.
Because what iTunes says is send us your what they call the RSS feed, which is a file that says, okay, here's our podcast and here's where they're located to download. So all of our shows that are podcasts, search them just like you do iTunes, and it's all there. That's the first thing I tested.
All right. Well, hey, good stuff then. We're out there, both iTunes and Google.
Yep.
So yeah, converting all these over, we got a lot of stuff going on. We're talking about some new things in the works. We're still talking about a new studio. I point back here because we've been saying this for months and months and months, and I've been behind on my workload of what I need to get done to make our new studio happen. So we're working on it. But call Joe Racina, A&M Digital Technology, supporting all our local programs, doing all our youth programs, our nonprofit patch programs, community programs, and transferring them all over to podcasts and everything else in between. So call these folks, local to Roane County and supporting our local county. Joe and Cena McDonald at A&M Digital Technologies. Friend them on Facebook, watch for those daily specials, and if you have any questions, contact them.
Mm-hmm.
So anything technology related, catch these folks.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's this week's show, how to transfer your iTunes to Android.
Yep.
Good show. I like it. Helping people out, saving them money, making their life a little better.
We try to.
All right, we'll see you next week with a new topic.
See you then.